back to the education just being a crucial foundation for that. You found yourself in a situation where you could sort of shadow someone. Is there any advice on how to get educated to be a prep coach?
And there's a lot of resources out there. I know there's a lot of, top prep coaches out there that are coming out with books that, kind of break down their methods for, how they do things. So I would say just soak that in and find, like I said, find someone who's super successful at the top of the food chain and learn from them. Ask them questions. If they don't, answer your questions, see if they offer a book or see if they offer on, phone consultations. Just, be annoying, just find any way you can learn.
Okay. And then just through that process, what was something that you weren't expecting to come out of it, either good or bad? Just what's Prestige Physique brought to you?
I say good is, I've, been able to get all these connections and friendships, friendships with clients, friendships with other coaches, friendships with promoters. And I'm not going to say bad, but, one of the things that if you are going to get a large client base, you have to be prepared to, I guess, be like a shrink for people, because you have to realize people have, problems going on in their life, and it's going to affect their prep, and if you have someone that needs to talk to you about something, sometimes, they're comfortable talking to their coach about it. So, that's just one of the things you have to be prepared for.
Okay. On that same note, we've talked about the diet and the training and the posing, just the whole mental side of bodybuilding. That can be rough on a lot of people. Just any little advice on that, or how do you feel about talking to so many people about that?
It's just like I tell everyone, this sport's not for everyone. And it's a rough sport, and it's a sport that's not for, it's not a healthy sport, once you get at the end of prep. It's not a sport that is going to guarantee you win ever. It's not a sport that, you're leaving your hard work in a judge's hand. So it's not a sport for the weak-minded. So you have to just really just know what you're getting yourself into, because, if not, it's going to eat you alive, and you're going to spend a lot of money doing so.
All right. So what are, in general, what's some things that you can apply to everyone? What are some general principles that you need to have in place if you're going to be a successful bodybuilder?
I would say hire a coach. Especially your first, few shows. There's nothing wrong with doing it yourself, but if you want to take the guesswork out of it and you want to be successful, I say hire a coach, and always do what they say. You're going to second guess your coach. My coach is has his PhD, and sometimes he'll send me stuff, and I'll be like, Trey, my coach, his name's Trey Hodge. I'll be like, what the hell is this? But, I know that he knows best. That's the reason why I hired him. And so I just say, listen to whoever you're being coached by, and don't, try to do your own thing just because you think, this is best for you. Don't ask a million people, input on your prep. Listen to one person and run with it.
Okay. So that being said, we'll sort of wrap it up a little bit here with your outlook on 2019. We've highlighted your shows and sort of your path, but what about Prestige? What's on the future for them?
I'm really just hoping for another, obviously, we're going to bring a lot of talent to, the local shows, St. Louis, Kansas City, both Arkansas shows. And I'm hoping to turn quite a few people pro this year. And I have a good friend, Barrett Ward. You already interviewed him. I don't coach him, but, we kind of shoot ideas off of each other. So I'm kind of hoping to get up and see him, do well in his pro debut. Like I said, he's not a part of Prestige Physiques, obviously, but a good friend of mine, and we bounce ideas off of each other. So I'm excited to see what he does too. So I think it'll be a good year, man. I'm excited. I think Arkansas is growing as a growing with the competition. I think we're getting better competitors every year, and so I think it's going to be a fun year.
Okay. What national shows were you thinking about for your clients?
Well, we'll probably hit them all, man. Honestly, Junior USA is the first one out of the gate. I think we have like seven people doing that. And honestly, every one of those people have a legitimate shot at a pro card. But, just because, that I think that they are good enough to go pro doesn't mean they're going to go pro. So, it's a competitive stage. So I'm hoping, we hit every one of them and we can take home quite a few pro cards this year.
Okay, well, yeah, we do as well, and hopefully there'll be some Arkansas people.
I would love that.
So maybe could you mention a client or two that's going to come out of the woodworks that no one's really seen yet?
And I have a few that, I don't want to leave anyone off, obviously, but, for my national level people, I have, there's Courtney Segal. She won the Miss Arkansas Bikini this year. I think that she will do very well nationally. Tina Brown, she's a women's physique client. I think she has a very good shot at a pro card. Dustin Lester, he won the bodybuilding this year at Arkansas, and I think he has a legitimate shot at doing well. I don't know exactly what national show he's going to do yet. He might do Master Nationals. I have a new client. We just started not too long ago. Her name is Luba, and she is a freak, and she is young. So I think, eventually she'll do really well on the national stage. I mean, honestly, kind of put me on the spot because I have so many people that just are so good, man. And I think that they'll all do well nationally. And obviously, I have a ton of people in the NPC, that are just going to compete locally that have a load of talent too.
Okay. Man, I had one more question on the tip of my tongue for you there, and it just left me. Is there anything that you think we left off? Is there any important information for maybe a fringe bodybuilder, or maybe something that applies to everyone that needs to be said, or you think's important?
Man, I say capitalize on your training. Make your training a priority. You don't leave the gym and be like, damn, I didn't really get a great workout, because that lies on your shoulders. I have a workout partner. We don't get to work out together every day, but I make sure that I work out with him on leg day because he pushes me. His name's Tony Cicero. And I say keep someone like that in your back pocket at all times, because you need someone, there to push you to the next level. And, because you can't control genetics. You can't control what the judges are going to do, but you can control, the amount of effort that you put into, every workout.
Well, I like that advice. I think that's pretty crucial as well. And thanks for joining us. I'm possibly the hardest working coach in Arkansas.
Appreciate it.
That was my question.
Oh, man, I'm on such a weird schedule. So, I usually wake up in the morning and I'll do my cardio and eat, come do all my emails for 3-4 hours. I'll go work out, and then I'll usually work the rest of the night. So, man, I could put in honestly 12-hour days on the computer. It just really depends. But lately I've gotten to the point where I work very proficiently now. When I first started, I was glued to my computer at all times because it's just, it took me more time to go through things and calculate things up. But when you're doing this for a long time, it just, you're bam, bam, bam. So I still spend 8 to 12 hours a day, but I've become more proficient with what I do. So
okay,
I guess I really don't consider it work, though. If you like what you do and you really don't work a day in your life.
Heck yeah. So we'll conclude it on that note, and just we want to wish you well, and hopefully you'll do well yourself, and maybe snag us some more Arkansas pro cards, and we can keep bringing up Arkansas bodybuilding.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was my pleasure.